Hey Aaron, it's Logan Stout here at Perkins Motorplex in Mayfield, Kentucky, kind of behind the scenes here outside of one of our reconditioning facilities. Got one reconditioning facility there, another one there, and that American flag over the top of that building right there, that is where our lot is located, our traditional lot is located. And back here you'll see a lot of our surplus and delivery inventory. There's one of our delivery trucks cranked up, getting ready to go out on a delivery here in just a little bit. So this is that 2022 F-150 XLT with kind of like that smoked out Ford logo on the front. This thing is awesome, as good looking as an F-150 as I think I've ever seen. And I am obviously a salesman by trade, but I'm just telling you, this truck looks amazing. I've had multiple comments on it already as I was pulling it up here, like, yeah, they love that truck. One of our employees joked that he tried to get another one of our employees to buy it. He was just like really pressuring him, like, man, you need this truck. So luckily it's still available at the moment. I've walked around it a few times and I don't have a whole lot to point out other than your typical stuff. So like rock pecks, all right, along this mirror, you can see they've been touched up, but you can see where they were. So the paint's protected because it's been touched up, but you're definitely gonna be able to see them. View right through here. Tiny little rock pecks and stuff like that that's been touched up. These wheels and tires are awesome. They're the Ford factory, kind of the smoke gray wheels. Nitto Ridge Grappler tires. I'm gonna call that 100% tread. Those are brand new and they are awesome. Back bumper, everything looks good back here. Tailgate looks good. Let's make sure this operates with that bed cover. You've got a more of a bed liner, like a mat, as opposed to the bed liner, or this would be a bed mat instead of a bed liner. I'll get it right here at some point. Few little scratches on the side of the bed, but you can see how dry it is. A really nice bed cover, trifold there. And it does have the soft tailgate letdown, and it pops out. And so I had a customer one time teach me that you can look inside this step on these Ford trucks and really get a good idea of like the history of the truck, because this stuff gets exposed. And you know, if it was up north or starting to rust or corrode a lot, you would see that in there, and you can see how clean that one is on the inside. So love that, just a good sign. Really good back here. Tail lights look good. Of course, that FX4 badging, great look to it. Nothing across the hood, no hail damage, nothing like that. That grill's in good shape. See that logo with that overcoat on it. You can see it's taken a few little rock pecks, but really nice otherwise. This mirror, very few, much fewer rock pecks on it. Not seeing any curbing or scraping on those wheels. Of course, with tires like that, you're not going to get that because the tires are going to stick out a little further than the wheel. Awesome. No waviness in the paint, no major dings and scratches along either body line, just the rock pecks I pointed out. All right, let's go to the interior. See if I can get a look at the top here as well. Great. All right, on the inside. One thing I did notice, a very light smoke smell. So definitely not a heavy, like smoke every day type thing, but I can pick up on that just a little bit. I'm not a smoker. Really nice floor mat. The leather is a 10 out of 10. You can see how good a shape it's in, and no rips, no tears. We've got a chlorine release that we can do on the interior that may completely eliminate that smoke smell. You got your cleat tie downs back here. That's nice. That may completely eliminate that smoke smell. But I would say, just to be safe, you may smell that just a little bit after that's done, but it's already pretty faint. And that chlorine release that they can do is really good. So we can send one to the Nashville store if we need to with the truck. and let them do it there. It's an easy process. Really nice floor mats, 2 key fobs. You got floor mats and key fobs, which is so tough to come by on used vehicles sometimes. And the remote start on the key fob works. I'd used that just a second ago. So the rest of it that I'm going to talk about is just Ford stuff. And, you know, real deep center console. It slides. You've got the fold flat gear shift there. Awesome touchscreen. I mean, they just knocked it out of the park with this. Not seeing any major scratches on it or anything. Very responsive, very quick. Always make sure we can get all 4 corners to respond. There we go. There's the clock. Yeah, we're great. Really nice display right there. Obviously the miles per gallon is going to do a little better than that just because it's been sitting on the lot, you know, and when it goes through our recon process, it's not going to get good gas mileage as they're driving it around from shop to shop or whatever. So window sticker, a couple accessories in there. Again, no rips and tears on the leather. This is where, like, you know, not all used trucks are created equal. This is one that kind of sells itself. We see some with all kinds of blemishes and stuff, and obviously you got to go through all that, but there's just not much for me to point out. No rips or tears in the headliner, no stains in the headliner. Just a beautiful, awesome truck. You got your power seat there. A far cry from an XLT, if you ask me. This seems much more like a Lariat than it does an XLT, and of course the look is a 10 out of 10 with the tinted windows and everything. You know, the total care on this would be so clutch too because of that big touchscreen, you know, and so many computers on these vehicles. The exact mileage on it, if we go to that, 36,078 miles. It's going to qualify for one of our factory type total cares, which is clutch, because it's not just the engine and transmission, which is great on these things, but it's not just that coverage. It's alternator, battery, radiator, touchscreen, that big touchscreen I'm talking about, the computer module, like the ECM, PCM stuff. So nice to have that coverage because it's nationwide. There's no deductible, and it's parts and labor both included. There's a lot of warranties that will hit you with, well, you got to go to certain mechanics to get it worked on. See a vehicle loading up there for delivery. That's so cool. And sometimes they'll say, hey, yeah, we'll cover the parts, but not the labor. Well, the labor can be more expensive. And so you're out all that big labor cost. But this is no deductible, parts and labor included, nationwide. Any certified mechanic that wants to get paid to do the work can do the work. So I don't know an alternator from a radiator, but as I look through the inside of this, I can just see how clean it is. I have been trained a little bit just how to look for corrosion and excessive rust or anything like that. Nothing here, and it's nice and quiet. No knocking, no ticking. That EcoBoost engine. Truck is awesome. Not sure if we have a nicer one, period. We got over 1,000 vehicles. When you factor in the look, the shape, style, all of that, I just don't know if we have a nicer truck than this one right here. Let me know what else I can do to help.